I'll be monitoring from the downstairs, and whatever you say, whatever you whisper, they can hear you.
I will not whisper.
Right? And
Whatever I wanted to whisper, I whispered.
I'll just guide you when to leave.
When I will know that I am basically flash, everything is flashing. Everything started.
Right. I have started the link.
Okay. Now students will
As soon
keep
as
coming.
this timer goes off, the link is.
That's live.
Right.
Now.
This is the key. Students have it. You can start exact at 4. Eugene has
Delhi office. Hello? Yeah.
बच्चे इधर दिखेंगे आपको सब.
Okay.
मतलब जो भी होगा चैट में आ जाए.
Welcome to the UPES. Myself, Ankur Chowdhary. I am an architect and a town planner. Today, we will be discussing about the UPES and the courses of planning which are offered at the UPES University. University of Petroleum and Energy Studies was established in the year 2003 with an ambitious vision and unique approach. UPS emerged as an innovative institution offering industry-focused specialization, graduate, postgraduate and doctoral programs in key areas such as energy, infrastructure, transportation, information technology and legal processes. The university endeavors to be recognized as a nation builders university with the progressive vision of creating specialized professionals in the core sector that can contribute in the economic growth of the country. We have many colleges under UPES: College of Engineering Studies, College of Management and Economics, College of Legal Studies, Center for Information Technology, School of Design, School of Planning and Architecture, School of International Diplomacy, Law and School of Public Policy and Governance. The School of Planning and Architecture is a paradigm-changing school. The School of Planning and Architecture have a mission. Our mission is the capacity building in managing the process of development. The new development model of highly urbanized scenarios should not trade off with the natural environment. At the same time, offer ample opportunity for our people. Our objectives are to use the sector-based expertise that we have at UPS for offering highly multidisciplinary planning education. Benefit from the strong interdepartmental and interdisciplinary connections across UPS to provide a conducive learning environment for the students of planning and promote professional planning in our geographical area and across India. We are here to discuss about the urban planning, which is a very less known profession in India and having great career prospects. Let's understand four things, which is the content of the whole PPT. What is planning? We generally also call it urban planning. What is professional urban planning education? What is the program structure that we are offering at the UPES and the career prospects related to urban planning? Let's understand what is planning. Today, if we see the changing world, by 2050, India will going to have 875 million people in the urban areas, and China will have 1038 million people in the urban areas, which will be almost 75% of the total population of India and China. The purple ones which you are seeing, these will basically the more urbanized ones, and they will have this more than 75% of the population living in the urban areas. The urbanization, as we know, accompanies economic development as country move from primarily aggregated economies to industrial and service sector. They also urbanize. This is because urban areas provide the agglomeration that the industrial and the service sector needs. This trend of urbanization continues to take place. In fact, 90% of the world urban population growth will take place in developing countries, as you had already seen in the map, with India taking a significant share of that. And urban areas also contribute a higher share of the GDP. The share of the GDP from urban areas in India has been growing since long. And hence, the urbanization is needed. If we talk the scenario of 2030, then 5 times by the GDP will have multiplied by 2030. Almost 600 million people, that is 60 crore people, will be living in the cities, nearly twice the population of the United States today, and 70% of the employment will be in the new cities. And as you know, already the recent government had promised that there will be employment for everybody. Hence, they need to build cities basically. India's urbanization will definitely cost something, and the cost will be almost $1,000 crore according to the estimate from the KPMG. The plan is also crucial for attracting investment and providing jobs for the millions or more Indians who join the workforce every month. But there are many challenges which lies with the urbanizations. This is one of the challenges. Nearly 80% of the sewage in developing countries is discharged untreated and pollutes rivers, lakes and coastal areas. Every day 2 million tons of human waste is disposed in water bodies. In developing countries, 70% of the industrial waste is dumped untreated into the water, where it pollutes the potable water supply. Half the world's wetlands have been lost since 1900, and this is because we had been seeing urbanization as a challenge. We hadn't seen the impact of the planned urbanization. The quality of the life had degraded drastically due to the unawareness about the planned urbanization and planning techniques. This challenge need to be turned into opportunity to harness the benefits of the urbanization discussed earlier. And urbanization means development. What are actions that the government is taking? 7 cities under development as part of the DMIC plan. Work on the 2 started in 2014. 24 IC till 2040, and 2 cities in each of the 28 states. Each of the 28 states that will be almost developed as the smart cities under JNURM. So almost 100 cities, smart cities will be developed in India, will be under the urban rejuvenation mission, for which approximately 1 lakh Indian national rupees, crores rupees had been allotted for the urbanization in India. This is the what the government had done till date. Now let's understand planning basically. Planning or urban planning. Planning is directly related to development, that we understood. And I tried to make you understand basically. Planning or urban planning, we also call it regional, city or town planning, is basically a technical and a political process. Technical because you need to know lot much things about techniques coming up day by day. The political process, basically the political will is something which is very important for development of any kind, whether we talk of urban or whether we talk of any other development. It is concerned mostly with the use of the land. As you know, master plans are prepared, and those are basically the use of land and design of the urban environment, including air and water. And it also involves the infrastructure passing into and out of the urban areas, such as transportation and distribution network. This is one of the urban areas which is planned, and the future of the planned urban areas used to be like this. Let's understand professional planning education in India. The professional planning education in India traditionally was offered to geographers, sociologists, economists, architects and engineers in India. Basically, these guys used to be eligible for the master's course. Only 21 institutions in India currently offer the town and country planning education. 2 years master's course are basically offered to them. That could be MTech in planning or masters of planning. Plus they need 1 year of work experience to get eligible for the membership Institute of Town registered. As far as the bachelor's level candidate passed with the 50% marks in aggregate with mathematics will be offered a 4-year bachelor's course that will be called as Bachelor's of Planning, BTech Planning or BTech Planning. Plus he needs a 2 years of work experience. Then he is eligible for the membership of the Institute of Town Planners. Currently only 6 institutions are offering urban planning at the bachelor's level. Hence, there are very less institutions which are basically offering the course. How many exactly town planners we have in India? Currently there are approximately only 6,000 registered town planners in India. For a country like India, for the population like India, we need at least 3 lakh town planners who can plan all the settlements, who can manage the settlements, who can go with the cities. As the cities keep growing, town planners' work increases basically. As far as the professional planning is considered, professional planners basically prepares the development plans or the master plans of the area. They basically draft the policy framework for transportation, for the urban planning, for housing and many other sectors. They basically also manage the development sitting in the urban local bodies. They basically work at the national level, they work at the state level, they work at the city level, even at the sector level. I had seen few of the urban planners who had been working in the health sector. And they work as well on the project level, like a metro project or a road project or any other type of projects. Basically, planning involves engineering, management and development as well, and then a person becomes a planner when he have the grip of all the three subjects. Now coming to the question number 3, that is, what are the programs that we are offering and what is the program structure? Currently in India, and UPES is offering B Plan, Bachelors of Planning at the undergraduate level, and the postgraduate level we are offering Masters of Planning, and one can have specializations in urban and regional planning, environmental planning, transportation planning. We also offers MTech, Building Engineering and Management, that is Masters of Technology in Building Engineering and Management, which is basically required to manage the large scale construction projects. So let's talk about Bachelors of Planning. The school offers B Plan program designed on the model planning program and the course of the study prescribed by the Institute of Town Planners India, and will be enriched by training and studio modules that will focus to enhance learning experience. As you will be knowing, the architecture and the planning basically happens in the studio. People come to the studio, they work for hours and hours, basically 6 to 7 hours in a studio daily. Then continuously after completing 2 years, they learn town planning or architecture. The 4-year degree program will be subdivided into 8 semesters. Each semester focus on strengthening the human capability towards the art, science and technology, implications and synergies on with the 5 major elements: land, air, water, flora, fauna and energy that provide sustainability for the human habitat. And you had already seen how the man had degraded the natural environment, and the biggest example of that is Yamuna River in Delhi. As far as the subjects are considered, we will start with the graphical presentations. As a town planner, as an urban planner, one should be basically well versed with the graphical presentation, principles of construction, how the buildings are constructed, how the roads are constructed, how the bridges are constructed, basic design, basically what exactly lies in is the subject matter of the design, basically, to understand. Then we'll teach you the economics, basics of the economics, basics of the sociology and basics of the settlement geography, which is very much needed as a urban planner. Then surveying is a technique through which you basically prepare the base maps. Then GIS is a modern technology which is basically utilized to convert the aerial photographs or any other photographs into maps, and this is very much required in today's changing world. Then the CAD, computer aided design, is also the backbone of urban planning. Then we will concentrate upon the environment planning, urban design and landscape. Urban design is basically all about how you feel in a urban area. It is all about when you go to the Nehru Place in Delhi, you feel something better than any other place in India, and because its urban design had been well thought in advance. Then we will teach you about real estate, how the real estate is booming in India, what kind of scope you have, what kind of real estate projects are coming up in India, what kind of how the housing should be the integral part of the master plans. Then we will be talking about infrastructure, because infrastructure is backbone of any economy. Transportation is very much needed, because today's one produces in India and sells that in US. Hence, transportation is the need of the hour. Urban management will also be covered, because these urban areas need high level of management. Project appraisal, how the projects are appraised and managed. There is a one more thing, as you know about the Nepal disaster, we also teach in this course disaster management. In urban and regional planning, how the urban areas will grow, how the what kind of impact the regional level will get of that, what kind of regional issues are there, which kind of urban area, what industry should be put at the urban area, those kind of issues. Urban governance, planning legislation, because this is a legal matter also. Metropolitan planning, how the metros are planned, how the rural areas are planned, what kind of rural developments should be there. Then we will be teaching about housing. These all basically talks about many fields. If you talk about first one, that is all about architecture. If you talk about second one, that is about humanities. These are all the tools, surveying, GIS, these are all the tools. Then we will be talking about built environment, engineering, management, legal, planning. So this shows how multidisciplinary the planning course is. If you talk about the lab facility, because many of the work you will be completing in lab, this is a GIS lab we have, and in which you will be analyzing the various layers of the land. Basically, what is the land use, what are the heights, that is elevations basically, what kind of land parcels are there, what kind of street pattern is there, and to whom you will cater. Those kind of layers. So almost for a master plan, you all basically analyzed almost 36 layers. We also have the printing facility out here. We have many other labs also, like noise and air, to check the noise and air quality, for the environment lab, CAD lab, surveying lab, model making lab, because we'll be preparing large model of the urban areas, through which you will going to represent your work. You can measure the water quality in our labs. You can we also have a transportation lab where you can assess the bridge model or something else. So this kind of lab facilities we have. Let's come to the prospects. What kind of career prospects we have in India? You can go for a private practice as a town planner. Many of the town planners are working in Delhi and many other metro cities, and even in second tier cities, who are offering consultancy in the field of town planning. Then there are a lot many architecture and planning consultancy firms which require town planners to prepare the large area master plans, where the large big team is required to prepare the master plans, because it's a highly multidisciplinary field. You need people from many of the areas. Then there are a lot of sector-based NGOs which are coming up, like somebody is working on water, somebody is working on the sewage, somebody is working on the rural electrification, somebody is working on the rainwater harvesting. There are many NGOs who are providing housing and many other things which is required basically, and government cannot cover every aspect. Hence, many NGOs are required to basically increase the supply side. Then there are government institutions which require town planners, basically the urban local bodies. As per the 74th Amendment Act, in an urban local body there should be a town planner. In development authorities you need town planners, and in various departments like tourism department, nowadays they are asking for town planners. Even transportation, because transportation is a very important thing today, and most of the pollution is created due to the transportation, and transportation planners are required in the transport departments. Then there are real estate organization, large scale housing projects or commercial projects or industrial projects. Any kind of projects requires town planners, because they need to cater the people, and they need to the projects should be able to deliver on time what is required. Now there are options coming up, like you can also go into the academics, research and development also. There is huge scope lies in research and development, because in India we hardly have very many research and development institutes in this field. Urban planning is a profession that offers a wide range of opportunities for people with many different talents and aspirations. Thank you. Okay, I will not respond. Any questions?